Yep.
Tom,
So
let's,
here's the thing. I guess.
yeah,
Well, it's interesting. I love Ars Technica now. I'm their new best friend because
right?
they actually put their stuff out. They don't make you subscribe,
Mhm.
for $100 a month or something. But they think they've identified the largest total addressable market in all of human history, as they say about this thing, because SpaceX has been around, what, 24 years. They've been
Yeah,
very, very, close to the vest with their finances, and now they're opening their books for the very first time. And so that also, get a lot of got a wide eyes going on. They had a 400-page S1 filing
crazy.
with the
Yep.
SEC, and so and they could actually do the IPO as soon as June 12th. June 12th. So they had some good revenues last year. They're up significantly. Of course, they lost a bunch of money last year due to their spending on artificial intelligence development.
Right.
They're going to get that right back
Yeah.
really, really quickly because they're projecting a TAM of 28.5 trillion
Trillion with a T,
with
with a
a T
capital
across
T.
its present and future offerings in space data and AI services.
Right.
But only about 2 trillion of it is directly related to Starlink. And the rest of it's going to come AI through enterprise applications. And there's not a lot. There's a nice little graph here on this thing. So
Yeah. I want to dig into that graph for just a second, right? So 28 trillion, you can argue whether that's crazy or real. I don't know. But between AI, XAI that just owned Twitter, right? So there's 600 billion in digital advertising. Cool. Um, uh, you know, the digital advertising number, 600 billion, or their consumer subscription, 760 billion, are the size of our whole industry.
Yep.
Right. So just
Yep.
that acquisition brings an entirely new amount of money into our industry.
And the enterprise applications is just slightly less than the entire U.S. economy.
Yeah, that's insane. So it is hard to credit how they got to this 28 trillion. But you know what this does, if this is true, if this is actually true and happens the way they're planning, they stop being a space company and they become an AI company.
Yep.
That's it. That SpaceX is now an AI company. Do we even need to cover them anymore?
I don't know, because
very in view, right? But do we even need to cover them anymore?
Well, because these space-enabled solutions is only 370 billion. That's the lowest thing on the scale. Right. That's all their launch.
Right.
That's Starship.
Do you? We don't cover Meta. We don't cover Alphabet, Amazon. Alphabet, Google. We don't cover Amazon. Like, we don't cover those things. Do we even need to cover SpaceX anymore because they're not in our market?
Because I haven't seen this. I'm an old guy, so the last time I saw a shift like that happen was in about the middle 2000s, about 05, 04, 05. It was when Microsoft was forced from being a growth stock into an income stock.
Right.
Because they weren't growing anymore. They reached such a plateau in their development that they had to start paying dividends. No one's going to buy their stock unless they pay dividends. And so now it became a dividend, income stock. And they're still living off of that.
That's crazy. Can you imagine SpaceX being a dividend stock? Like, that would totally rewrite the whole story. I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't compared them to that. That's
that's when you want to get in. It doesn't matter what the price of the share is. If you're buying it for the income, it doesn't matter.
Forever.
You just let it. You just pay $1,000 a share. Who cares? You're turning the crank.
Right. Huh. That's clever. I hadn't actually considered them being a dividend stock. Warren Buffett. Can you imagine Warren Buffett buying SpaceX? Like, wait a minute. That doesn't even make sense.
Everyone except Kramer.
Right. Yeah.
Right. He still won't get it.
Yeah. Right.